Wawena Bojo, KK Constant Additional Cause, Adikna Dotam, Gachima Singh, and the Don Jabbar. My name is Johnny Hawk. I'm a descendant of the Chippewas of Lake Huron and Simcoe. Today I just came from Superior Court of Ontario Justice. I just want to share a little bit of what happened today. I don't want to go in too much detail with my the history why I've been there because if you're listening to me, you should be educated of what I've been going through. But just for those who haven't been up to speed, to make a long story short, I reclaimed some traditional lands in 2012. We made a an occupation in a forested area on a provincial park, which was there without disturbance for 7 years. This past June 21st, 2009, 2019, I took it upon myself to block the road upon the so-called Awinda Park. That is supposed to be the hunting grounds of the Assens Band, our people's our territory that's not supposed to be ceded. So, anyways, I was charged with uttering death threats to the park warden, which was fabricated charge in August. In July. So they took me out and they took my blockade out and they took our cabin that was up for seven years. So I was charged with uttering threats. Um, my first court appearance was in August, and I challenged their constitution. I brought forth a constitutional challenge, and I had to do it properly by submitting an affidavit of service to the Attorney General of Canada and Ontario, which I did. So in October, they delayed that and told me to come back for a judicial pre-trial to see how long it'll take to establish this constitutional question. So the Crown didn't know how long it was going to take. So they responded with this a report to my constitutional question, but they didn't address most of the things that I was questioning on here. Basically, they didn't reply to the fraudulent constitution on here. So today was my judicial pretrial. So I went before the court. I was supposed to be there at 9:30, and I was the last one to be seen at 2:30. So I went to go see the judge and the Crown. So I was representing myself. So what the Crown asked, they were going to withdraw the charges there if I agreed to have a peace bond on this park warden. But I didn't agree to that because that would automatically make me agree that I was the guilty one, which I wasn't. I was just, that charge was a fabricated charge to get me out of that provincial park. So they're trying to get me under their jurisdiction by saying, we'll throw away the charge if you agree to a peace bond. And I didn't. I said, I'm here to challenge your jurisdiction, your fabricated, fictitious constitution. So I didn't back down. I said, I want my date to challenge your constitution. So the judge was willing. Then we went further. Then the Crown further asked if I wanted to. They were trying to ask me to go for a diversion and a healing circle. So I said, well, a healing circle um, makes me seem like I'm the guilty one. I'm not the guilty one. That man who fabricated that freaking lie to get me out of there to call the OPP is the guilty one. So why should I have to admit on my own Indian land hunting grounds that I'm the guilty one? So I said, no, I'd rather keep addressing the constitutional question and hold your constitution to yourselves. the Crown Attorney and the judge doesn't want this to be answered. They're trying to get me under Section 35, and they're trying to get me under diversion, and they're trying to put me on a peace bond because they don't want to answer the truth of what I'm bringing up, is that their constitution is fraud and the Crown has no jurisdiction under the whole territory. So they asked me, are you willing to have witnesses? I says, yes. I have 15 witnesses to come and talk to you how your constitution is invalid. So we set up this constitutional question, and I need your help. Let's organize. I need some experts to come and help me tear down their constitution. I already have some, but they were scared because they were trying to put me under Section 35, and they're trying to put me under a diversion, and they offered me we can wipe this away if you choose to do a diversion or do a healing circle or agree to a peace bond. And I said, no, I'm not guilty here. I have every legitimate right to standing up for and reclaiming our territory. I'm not the guilty one here. So I'll proceed with this constitutional question to challenge you, the Crown, jurisdiction on our territory, which you don't have because there is no constitution. So they got kind of frightened because they're trying to give me deals to accept. So I need some help with this to make this thing be known, because a lot of our people don't choose to do this way when they get in the courts to challenge their constitution. We need to do this a lot more, because by example of what happened today, they don't want to agree and show by the knowledge that we have that the truth is there is no constitution of theirs and they have no jurisdiction. The lower courts don't want to agree to it. So they just want to give us a diversion or something underneath their jurisdiction. But you just deny that. We have to uphold the rule of law. That's what you say. No, we're upholding the rule of law. Because if I accept that, I'm complicit in the fraud and abuses that you are waging upon the people of Canada and the Indigenous. So we need to question this constitution. So that's what happened today. And I didn't back down. I wanted my date of my constitutional question, and it's happening. So they asked me, how long is it going to take? I said, oh, it may take probably about three months to three years. They said, why is that, Mr. Hawk? I said, well, this is going back to 1700s, because a judicial pretrial is trying to minimize the court's time to settle an issue. But I'm telling them this issue is more grander. I'm opening up the books to question the whole fraud that is Canada. And I told that to that judge. So she has to put it up higher. And that Crown attorney today was shaken because she didn't know what I was talking about. So what I'm talking about, I don't care if you don't like me or not, we all got to be on the same page. If you know any experts or people that can help me, we all got to make this our case to bring down this fucking thing, this fraud called Canada. Miigwech. So this is what happened today. Miigwech.